Marissa Filletti is the Utica College student who did the video, right?
That's me.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So tell me about, the whole thing. So it's colleges across the country are competing to get Al Roker to come here.
Exactly. So my boss, Chris Leogran, who's the director of media relations at the college, she came to me and she's like, we have to submit a video to Rokerthon because he's going to schools this year, to colleges and universities. And kind of my thought process was, okay, how is Utica College going to compete with all these massive schools?
Yeah.
So I kind of had to really sit down and think, all right, so maybe we're not the biggest, maybe we're not the loudest, but we're doing a lot of cool things. And I think that's enough to kind of get his attention. So,
and proximity helps too. I mean, we're not far. It'd be an easy trip up here. Well, and where did he go to school?
He went to Oswego.
He went to Oswego.
I was gonna say, plus we have the crappiest weather. So
we have the well, I don't know. I think you can't say that to him because he'd say it's probably Oswego.
Yeah, that's probably
usually pretty bad over there.
Well, we came in second.
Definitely a close second. So, all right. So, what was the video like? What did you guys do?
So basically, one thing I wanted to really show was that we have a lot of community support at UC.
Yeah.
So that kind of is what makes us massive. So I showed some of our biggest events that we get great turnouts for, like the teddy bear toss and some of our football games that a lot of people come out for. So that was like a big thing I wanted to show.
And you probably wouldn't get it, but the fact that and Oswego would feel this a little bit too, is that everybody's a Syracuse fan. And while we still are Syracuse fans, something has changed here in Utica where people are tailgating before a football game and you're filling the auditorium for a hockey game. And oh, by the way, a bunch of people showed up for the ladies hockey game the other night. So, I mean, there's a loyalty all of a sudden, a team loyalty that's a big deal.
Yeah, this past homecoming was the biggest ever that we've ever had. So I think people are just really coming out now in support of UC, and I wanted to definitely show that, in addition to all the other great things that we've been doing, like building the huge dome. Just last year, that was a big thing, electing our first female president, Dr. Laura Casamento, and at the same time doing all these things, lowering the tuition last year. It's like we kind of wanted to be an example.
So you're saying maybe you could deliver the forecast from the 50-yard line of the filled-to-capacity football stadium?
Yep.
I mean, there's so many different things that you could end up doing up here, but this would be great for Utica College especially, and for Utica in general, but really great for Utica College to have him come up here.
Definitely. And another thing that he wants to do with the colleges he visits is break a Guinness World Record.
I saw that, and you got to pick the record.
This is right up Keeler's alley.
Yeah. You know, I currently have a record that it still exists, and I've had 2 Guinness records.
Oh my! Then you need to help us because ours is not set in stone yet. We have some ideas, but we kind of want to make one that's more local based because we can.
Okay.
You know, I think did you submit yours?
The one you lost.
Mine, right. The one that I lost, which burns me up. These Malaysians took it away from us. And so we had the world's largest dish of spaghetti. And it was like 8,000 pounds.
Wow.
I also currently have the record. I say it was my idea to do it. And I had to get help, so I went to bakeries, Donato's Bakery and Hemstruts. In 1993, I believe it was, we made the world's largest jelly donut, which is still currently a record. Nobody's been able to figure out how we did that one.
You should go the opposite way. This would be like the world's largest edible meal with no carbs in it. That's what we do.
Carb-free.
So get pasta and donuts out of there.
Just how many whipped cream cans can we get?
Like the world's largest Slim Jim or something like that.
Yeah. So what are you? Oh, now wait a minute. I love Slim Jims.
Bill is starving his body of carbohydrates. It's part of an advanced diet that he's on,
which is working,
and it's working.
Very well.
He's down like 35 pounds. They look good.
Until the other night when we went to the Pinot Bianco, and that ruined everything for me. But okay, so my question for you is, what are the records you're thinking about?
Well, I was kind of left to think of one on my own. I didn't realize that we had to submit one with the video. So at first I'm like, okay, let me look up some things that are kind of like not that hard to break. Like something that we can just submit for now and then come up with something better by the time he gets here. So that's what we're really going to do is still open for discussion.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I think we should go back, and I would assist you, and I know people that did this with us, is go back and re-break that record and take it back from those pieces of garbage that stole the world's largest dish of pasta from us.
Wow.
Of all places that should have the largest dish of pasta, it should be right here.
Yeah, it should.
You're right.
You think Chef Salvatore would home make all that pasta?
Believe me, we have so many people homemade, that would be tough. So the way we did it is, it was Frank Cristiano over at Tony's Pizza in Washington Mills that cooked all the spaghetti, and it was angel hair. And he cooked every night for like a month. And he put it in barrels, and we stored it in barrels. And after a month, we brought it all over to Sangertown Square. We used a pool, put a pool in the center court, and then he brought the spaghetti over. Some of it was 30 days cooked prior, and it was still scalding hot when we dumped it out. Then we got a company down in New York that had this jar sauce, and it was the Forget About It sauce. So it was kind of a takeoff on The Sopranos. And they donated all the sauce, add a little Parmigiano and pecorino cheese, and there we had it, the world's largest dish of pasta.
Wow.
Yeah, just think about it. I was
destined to talk to you today because we needed to come up with something.
That might be it. We should have that record. And like I said, it was I understand Asians steal and noodles too, and they might have a little bit of a history with macaroni. But at the end of the day, if that record should be anywhere, it should be here.
I agree with you.
Right.
Is he a pasta fan? Do we know Al Roker?
He used to be.
Pasta?
Yeah. He lost a ton of weight too. Only in his body. His head did not lose any weight. It's weird how that kind of happened. I don't know how that worked out. But okay. So what's your timeline on all of this?
So we submitted the video at the beginning of February.
Okay.
In my terms, it's been viral on Facebook because it did amazing on Utica College's Facebook page.
Cool.
We have like over 600 shares,
nice,
37,000 views. So thank you to everybody who's been sharing and liking the video because that's what's going to get his attention at the end of the day.
You're right. Wants to see the social media is really important. So they can go to the Utica College Facebook page.
Yep.
And the video's up there, and people should share it. Share is really important when it comes to Facebook. So those shares are valuable, and every time it's shared, you get a lot more views. So, all right, well, listen, if I can help in any way, I'm here to help. Wouldn't it be something if it was Utica College that actually held the record for the world's largest dish of pasta?
I like that.
And you guys have a culinary arts department over there too, don't you? I know you have a chef over there that could do some.
Definitely, we'll be in touch with him.
It wouldn't be great to get all the students, and it wouldn't have to be Frank Cristiano making it because he said, "Bill, never again. I will never do this again." So sorry about that, Frank, but I could see volunteers and you guys going in and cooking the pasta. I mean, you have the means to pull this off.
Definitely. And I do want to send a special thanks to our fraternity, too, AXB, who did the deep freeze last week. They're totally on board with helping us with this. They were doing some, practice things with the little other record that we were going to break, but they're really on board to do whatever we decide. So they've been awesome. And then also special thanks to Jamie and Kevin and the athletics department who gave me all those video clips. I couldn't have put it together without them. So.
All right, check out the video on Facebook, share it, and let me know if we can help with the Guinness thing. I like it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Marissa Filletti over at Utica College. This could be really cool.